Good morning, everybody. Wish everybody a happy Christmas. It is just after Christmas, and I'm again at Attikayam. I would like to show you this the bottom of our hill, and here it is. You can hear the sound of the water as it gurgles through between the stones. It's a beautiful sight. I've come right to the bottom of the hill, and it's really beautiful. The sun is rays are streaming through the trees, and we have a beautiful sight over here. I just saw a jungle fowl. I tried to take its photograph, but it just escaped. So I hope you also have a very happy new year. It starts in a few days' time, and I hope it becomes a meaningful experience for all of us. The book of Genesis has the story of Lamech and Ada and Zillah. It's a very sensitive story because it shows that violence was always there. And in that story, you read about Lamech telling his wives that Cain was avenged sevenfold, and somebody hit Lamech, and some other person injured him, and he killed both the persons. And he says if Cain was avenged 7 times, he would be avenged 77 times. The culture of violence, the culture of dominance, the culture of aggression. In fact, the world today is no different from what it was during Lamech's time. We read through the Bible the great uh, disasters that overtook humanity, plus the wickedness that humanity uh, has done in the world in which we live. We are that humanity, and we read about this kind of a situation where Lamech is a very violent person, and we know that in the book of Genesis, God saw the wickedness of humanity and wanted to destroy it. But then he relented and saved one family, and human race developed from that one family. But still, again, you see violence over and over as you read the chapters of the Bible, as you read the histories of many religions. Uh, this violence has always been there. But is that what uh, is the intent of creation? To be violent, to be aggressive, to be dominant, and to uh, subdue other people. I don't believe that is the experience of life. In fact, all through the last 100 years, if we study history, it is about dominance. Even when we are right, we want to dominate. And through that dominance, we try to justify our actions of violence. The last few years have seen so much of violence. Today, if you have an argument on the street, ultimately it leads to violence. The other person may have arms, and you may be caught in a situation where ultimately you could lose your life. These are all realities today. Violence in different forms, wars, communal hatred, uh, racial hatred, all these are realities. And it is in this kind of world that we live today. It's a sad state, but is that what we are called to be? In this new year, as we approach the new year, it is time for us to rethink our attitudes to life. Are we ready to give up our rights? Are we ready to stop a process of violence that is in this world today? And most important of all, this aspect has to be thought of by persons in Christ. We have become a litigious community where litigation is at the drop of a hat. Can we think differently? Jesus says, "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God." Jesus says, if somebody hits you on the left cheek, show him your right cheek also. Jesus says, if somebody asks you to go 1 mile, go with him 2 miles. Jesus also says, if somebody asks you for your coat, give him your cloak as well. These are all attitudes to life. And I very strongly believe that this is the attitude that we should have. Our life attitude should be one where we are ready to give up our right. We are ready to give up our position, our advantages to somebody who feels that that advantage is of better use to that other person. This, I don't mean that we should give up everything to the point that we become jellyfish in that sense, without a spine. That's not the intent. It is about giving up because of the fact that it is something that is creating an obstruction for somebody else. Giving up because somebody else is wanting it, benefiting from it. If that is the case, everything that we have may be taken away. May be possible. It has happened in the past. It can happen today also. Are we going to fight it with violence? Are we going to fight it with litigation? Are we going to court to resolve our issue and be on the right side, as we call it right? Think about it. There are two churches today who are fighting over, not even over doctrine. That is the sorry part. And we are all part of that culture. We take a person to court. We take a person to the government authorities to get justice, as we call it. Do we have time for that? In my own life situation, I have realized long back that it doesn't serve any purpose. Wasting your time in bravado or showing your chest and saying that I can do this, I can do that, I will show this, I will show that. It only wastes the energies of your life. It only wastes the opportunities of life. I believe that giving up something gives you a better chance to do something else better. And I have seen it. I have experienced it. When you give up something, you are giving up in the sense that you are creating opportunity for yourself to do something better. There are so many other things that you can do better. I have experienced it firsthand. Many experiences in my life have taught me this, that if somebody makes a demand on you, which is not right, which is not just, which is not equitable, and you know about it, that it is not equitable, the maximum a person in Christ can do is tell that person, this is wrong, don't do it. But if it goes beyond that, I believe we should say, if that's what you feel, take it. Not because it is right, not because what you're doing is right, but because of the fact that you are demanding it and you believe it is right. And as a person in Christ, I cannot fight it and spend time or energy to show that it is mine. I won't do it. I've done it in the past also. And there are very good examples which I don't want to mention over here. But what I'm trying to tell all of us is, in this new year, let us believe a different faith. A faith that is the experience of Jesus. You know, in the book of Isaiah, chapter 53, we here read about the suffering servant. And there is a passage there, 53:7 I believe, or 7 years maybe. It says about the lamb who was led to a slaughter, the lamb that kept quiet in front of the shearers. In fact, that is one of the things that we use in the prayer for the Holy Communion, the prayer that we prepare ourselves in the Holy Communion. It is there, led to the, he was silent like a lamb who stood in front of the shearers. Silence is very strong. Silence is very powerful. The world may say that our silence shows our weakness. It is not. It is the power of God within us. Let us take a new culture, the culture of faith that says, blessed are the peacemakers. Blessed are those who go 2 miles when asked for 1. Blessed are those who give their coat when they are asked for their, or give their cloak when they ask for their coat. And blessed are we who stand like sheep in the front of shearers. There's nothing wrong in dying. The worst that can happen to us is death. But death leads us to God. So anybody who kills us and thinks that they've gained something Anybody who cheats us and thinks that they have done something, anybody who thinks that they are right and we are wrong, can never succeed in that experience, because we are with God, and this God who guides our lives. God bless you all in the new year. Thank you so much.